Hello, hello, hello. It is me again. My signal was really bad, so I started again. Just gonna try it one more time to see if I can get this information out to you all. So this is my monthly, I guess I can't say meeting. It's like my monthly tell-all. I'm gonna tell it all. Gosh, what is wrong with this thing? So I think my network is doing something really crazy today, which kind of doesn't surprise me because the weather has been kind of crazy today. It started out pouring down, raining, and then the sun came back out as if no rain had happened at all. But today, I would like to discuss with you, how do you handle stress and uncertainty? Takes time off of our life when we're dealing with stress and uncertainty, myself included. I am definitely the queen of stress. My middle name should probably be Quintina Stress. Always stressing about something, even the things that don't have anything to do with me. But stress is one of those things that can make or break you. I know that there are better ways to deal with stress, but we all have to find a way to handle stress and uncertainty, especially in times like these. If it feels like stress and uncertainty and anxiety in today's world have some sort of effect with every waking day, it cuts times off of our life. We all have an expiration date. Stress and uncertainty, time off of your life. We have to find a way to combat the stress and the anxiety and deal with the uncertainty of the things that are happening right in front of us. Now, the circumstances like dealing with coronavirus, COVID-19, the pandemic, as many of us have say it, it has altered our lives and it has definitely increased our fears. People are losing jobs, their careers are changing, or their life is being altered to them working from home. Parents have to be everything that we signed up to be. You got to be mom, daddy, Jack and Jill up the hill. You got to be everybody at this point, because right now the schools are closed or the schools are getting out for the summer. We have to teach our children. We have to educate them. If you don't have internet, you have to figure out a way to make sure that they are getting their schoolwork done. So not only do you have to be the mother and the father, you have to also be their teacher. You have to continually, you're their provider. So you're going to always be providing for them. You have to give them that little bit of faith that they need. And children don't really know that much about faith. And a lot of people know is that in order to be a part of the solution, we have to be there for our children, to support our children to the best of our abilities. You have to take away their stress, because even though they're not as old as we are, children stress. Children have anxiety. Children are uncertain about things. Like, where is my meal going to come from? Is mom going to come home and cook for me? Is dad going to be there to help me with my project? What about my sisters and my brothers? Everybody has something going on. So don't think just because a kid is a kid that they're not stressing. Kids are going to stress. You as the parent have to find a way to alleviate that stress and to help them embrace that thing that is changing in their life. I don't get to go to school today. Oh my gosh. Some kids are very excited. Some kids don't even really worry about it. Oh, I'm out of school. It's not a big deal. But to some kids, especially the seniors, the kids that were graduating this year, that were going out, their stress level was beyond sky high. So all of us that have children that are under the senior level, they have years to come along. So in the things that I would like to discuss today, I hope that it helps somebody in a positive, healthy way. If it doesn't, then embrace the change that is about to happen right in front of you today. And please understand that worrying is a part of being a human. We're human. We're going to worry. It is definitely going to intensify everything. If uncertainty comes into play along with stress, then you begin to become a problem yourself. So you have to figure out how to alleviate your stress, your anxiety, your worry. What am I going to do? How am I going to help this? Oh my gosh, my bills aren't paid. My electricity is due. My water bill is due. I can't pay this. I can't pay that. My cell phone is... Everything is going on during this period of time. You have to be thankful that you have a support system or a foundation that's going to allow you to be able to work in a healthy and positive way. There are a lot of us that were fortunate enough we stayed employed, myself included. I've been working the entire time during the coronavirus. I haven't had any issues or problems with work. I've been able to work every day. Now, the circumstances like the coronavirus, they have altered our lives. They have increased our fears. That is what it is there to do. It is designed to make us think about some of the things that are going on in our life today. If you don't have the opportunity to work, or you are working, or whatever the case may be, of empathy when it comes to coronavirus, you have some sort of, okay, well, this is happening in their life. It doesn't mean it's happening in my life, but you still have to be that person. You have to be that voice of reason to give somebody something a little bit more to stand for. So our loss of power over the pandemic gives us a sense of helplessness. I feel very helpless during this time. I feel like if I go out, or if I don't do something a certain way, when I go out, I don't put my mask on, I don't wash my hands, I don't clean my face, things are going to go all the world for how many years, how many centuries, and there are so many things that have transpired and happened to us in our lives. You cannot let fear control you. If you let fear control you, you're going to be scared for the rest of your life. If you want to be scared for the rest of your life, that's fine. I'm not going to be the one that's going to be scared for the rest of my life. I'm going to get out here and I'm going to embrace the things that are in front of me. And I'm going to make sure I'm taking the necessary precautions to make sure me and my family are taken care of. Now, when you focus on someone else and make it your responsibility to soothe their worries, it has a calming effect. It helps them calm down and it helps you calm down. So this might be a good time for you to focus on somebody other than yourself. You hear that? You hear it? You got to focus on something other than yourself. So when you focus on something other than yourself, you give yourself the opportunity to say, okay, I can be a part of the solution. We prefer to embrace or raise our hands in the use of power of touch, embracing our loved ones. Now, physical contact is highly beneficial. The convenience it provides it's amazing. The convenience that physical contact provides. People think that physical contact means nothing. Oh, don't touch me. I'm OCD. Okay, I'm OCD too. But I would love somebody to embrace me with a hug. Put their hand on my shoulder and say, Quintina, it's okay. It's going to be all right. We are in this together. We are in it for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Now, over the years, I have learned a few strategies that confused or I want to be able to help somebody else during a crisis. The first step is validation. Today, we like to talk about empathy, but our attempts turn out to be a little bit uncomfortable. People become very defensive. Validation is just one of the compassionate methods you can use, and no special skills for individuals are even required. It doesn't take much to be compassionate. Make sure to consider and embrace your emotions instead of complaining about your rational thinking. Be conscious of the emotions you put on someone's table, the labels that you give somebody else. Oh, that's absurd. That is crazy. Why would she say that? Be conscious about other people's emotions. Everybody handles things in a different way. If you give off a smart remark with a smart remark, it's only going to create tension and animosity. You don't want tension, and we don't want animosity. If you think the opinion or thought of others is irrational, don't shake your head. Don't do that. You're not helping. You're adding to people's frustration, and it is very important that you don't berate somebody. Don't belittle them. Don't make that person feel like, okay, you are not the only person in the world to have problems. We all have something going on in our life. Now, you can always do comments like, I can understand that. That does make sense. So how are you dealing with the pandemic? What's happening to you in your life today? You can always wear a costume. You know, you can put on that little hat that says, I want to be the life coach today. You know, whatever it is that you decide to be. Now, when we want to convince others, we construct knowledge and unconsciously. So, unconsciously knowing that we may be offending someone. You don't know if you're offending that other person. You don't know what's in their thoughts. You don't know what they're thinking. But you have to take the time to realize that what you are saying unconsciously, that individual is saying to themselves, well, why did he just say that to me? He knows I lost my job last week. I'm between jobs right now. I'm not working right now. Why would he say that to me? Hey, Joanna. Effective communication is extremely important. Know what a metaphor is? You must use things that will suppress the emotions rather than to stimulate the fear. You don't want the fear and anguish to come around. So you want to use little metaphors. You know, oh, it's raining outside today, but it's not really raining, but it's nice and hot outside. Use a metaphor. Change the words. You change the words, you change your outcome. Everybody outcomes change when you change your words. It changes your entire level of thinking. Don't be afraid to do something normal. I go outside all the time, planting my garden, my landscape. I like to play in my landscape. I like to plant different things out there. Things that are going to help me to stay functioning. I like to exercise. I like to work out. Everybody thinks that exercising derives around I have to sweat. Oh, my sweat and tears. You don't have to sweat. You don't have to be in tears. You don't have to be in pain. You can do the little things that make you feel good and get up and keep moving. Whether it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or 5 minutes. If you want to walk around the house, walk around the house, walk around the neighborhood, jump up and down for a few seconds. Something that's going to get your heart rate moving. That's awesome. Yard work is amazing. Yard work helps. It really does help. You can build a contingency plan. Post it. Share it with your friends and family. Be mindful that a lot of anxiety that we experience is the fear of the unknown. We don't know. What if? Well, what if? What if I stand up and I fall while I'm on? I fall. It happens. What are you concerned about mostly? Focus on the what. Don't focus on the who, the why, the where, the when. Focus on what concerns you mostly during this period of time. What is going on? What do I have control over that I can take care of right now? Devise that plan. Work it out. Make sure that everybody in your immediate safe circle knows what that plan is. You have to be able to trust somebody. You cannot just trust yourself. Need somebody. Now, as they're looking with others depends on you for strength. There are people that will depend on you for strength. People are always calling me, texting me, emailing me. And in order to be that sound person, you have to make sure that you know that they're watching you. People are watching you. They're looking at you every day. They want to see what you're wearing. They want to see what your hair looks like. They want to see if your eyes are going to twitch, if your nose is going to itch. People are looking at you. You don't have to be a celebrity for people to look at you. People are going to look at your live videos. They're going to check on your posts. They're going to look at the things that you're putting on Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and all that other stuff that y'all got out here. So be mindful. Be prepared. You're going to be ridiculed. Somebody is going to say something. Why did she do that? Why would she post something like that? I learned a very valuable lesson over the last couple of days. You cannot control what a grown person does. Grown people are grown people and they will do what they choose to do. You cannot make anybody do anything. You remember that old saying that your grandma used to always say to you? You can lead the horse to the water, but you cannot make the horse drink. You do not control that horse and you do not control people that are around you. The only person that you can control is yourself. You have to be accountable for you. So if you want to do something or find something to soothe yourself during this pandemic, take the time to ask about somebody else. Ask if somebody is okay. Call somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time. Send them a text message. It's okay to contact people that you haven't talked to in a long period of time. I don't talk to people for an extended period of time, and I still find time to text them. I'll email. I'll call them. Whatever you can do in order to help with that individual, help them during that time. You don't know what a person may be going through. Suicide is still real. People are still taking lives every day. People are robbing, stealing, and killing, and drug dealing, and all that dilly-dally and alien. I know I was trying to rhyme, right? You saw that? I was trying to rhyme. I tried it. But on a serious note, in the time of uncertainty, how do you handle stress? When you think about putting a plan in place that is going to help you to be better at being a part of the solution, then the problem doesn't matter. When you find a way to be a part of the solution, all the answers come into play. But you determine the outcome. Every day is a test. You determine the outcome of that test. That test is not a pass or a fail. It means, am I going to try? Do I want to be concerned with the aftermath of whatever that may happen after the fact? Remember, you don't control yesterday. You don't control tomorrow. You don't control last week. That's the past. That is the future. You living right now in today. That is the only thing that you can control at this very period of time. I know sometimes we look at things and we say to ourselves, well, that doesn't mean me. I don't do that. That doesn't work for me. Just because it doesn't work for you doesn't mean it won't work for somebody else. We are all different. We are all created equally, but we are all of us are different, all the way down to our shades of colors, our accents, our eye color, our tone, the level of our voice. I'm borderline deaf. I'm probably screaming right now and don't even realize it. You have to understand that everything that is around you isn't bad. Everything that goes on isn't horrible, and everything that you see isn't the end of the world. When you get the grasp of that, then you can start figuring out and piecing out a lot of things that are happening in your life. If you really want to be a part of the solution, you have to learn to take I out of the equation and focus on what we and us can do. We together are stronger, and we together be different. You're going to make some people uncomfortable, and sometimes that person that you're going to make uncomfortable is yourself. I've made myself uncomfortable on many occasions, and I'm okay with my level of comfort. I don't have to worry about Tom, Dick, or Harry taking anything from me, because I'm going to stand in my own shoes. I'm going to stand in my own shoes. You got to stand in your own shoes. Everything isn't meant for everybody. Everything isn't meant for you. Everything isn't meant for me. But together we can do something different. So I do hope that this message conveys in a positive and healthy way. I do hope that you learn something or a way to handle stress and uncertainty. When all else fail, you're welcome to inbox me. I'm always inboxing. With this day, I do hope that everybody have a wonderful day, week, and month, and I look forward to hearing from you as well. Peace.